What is up, car addicts? In this video, we're going to be talking about this week's festive surprise double money event week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for December 23rd through December 29th, 2021. So we of course have the brand new overflawed Xeno and the Baller ST that were added today. Plus, snow is now back in GTA Online and all the usual festive clothing and login items as well. The current prize ride for this week is the Vapid Click. This car is primarily based on a modified 1951 Ford Coupe, and this is the first time we have ever seen a car that's not a Tuner's DLC vehicle on the prize ride, so I wonder if Rockstar will continue this trend for future event weeks, but I guess only time will tell. Now, this car was the free festive surprise car back in 2018, but now you have a chance to get it for free again by completing the prize ride challenge for this week. And that is top 4 in 8 LS CarMate series races. Now, 8 races does seem like a lot, but there is no day in a row restriction for this one, so this should be a pretty easy one to complete. Now, this car has a normal price of about $900,000, so essentially a free $1 million car for completing a pretty simple task is pretty nice of Rockstar to do. Now, this car used to be pretty competitive before the Dominator ASP and all that came out with the Tuners update, but after those two cars came out, the GTT and the ASP, and more recently the new Buffalo STX, which is even faster than those, it's just super overpowered. You really just can't compete with that car, so this is not something you're going to buy for racing. Just keep that in mind. It's more of something you buy for the styling, the driving experience, and the customization, and it's a very, very nice car to drive. Now, in terms of the test drive vehicles for this week, we have the Jester RR, the ZR350, and the Comet S2. Now, in terms of the casino podium vehicle, we have the Declasse Mamba. This vehicle is primarily based on the Shelby AC Cobra Mark III, which is just a legendary Carroll Shelby car. Now, this car normally costs just under $1 million, so it's definitely one you want to try to win this week. Now, in terms of performance, it is in the Sports Classics class, and it is a very quick car in a straight line with a great exhaust note as well. It just really lacks in terms of handling. So, is the Mamba worth attempting to win by spinning the lucky wheel over and over this week? Well, if you don't own one, I'd say it's a great classic car to try to acquire, especially since it's based on the legendary AC Cobra and normally costs almost $1 million. So, starting off with the property discounts, we have 40% off the nightclubs, as well as the upgrades and renovations for them as well. The nightclub is a great business for passive income, and one I highly recommend if you don't own one already. Next up, we have 40% off the Terabyte, as well as 40% off the upgrades and renovations as well. As many of you know, the Terabyte in combination with the specialized workshop upgrade is needed in order to customize the Oppressor Mark II, so now you can get that required step at a much cheaper price. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have 100% off the brand new Baller ST. Now, this SUV will be gone from the website after the event is over, and then it will return about a month later at full price, so definitely make sure you pick it up this week for free. Next up, we have 40% off the Comet S2, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first time they discount this car, and it's never been on the prize ride either, so probably the best chance you're going to get at getting it for a pretty good price. But then again, with the Cabrio version as a drip feed car releasing soon, it kind of makes sense that they finally discounted it. Moving along, we have 40% off the Taygon. This car is in the supercar class and is a pretty quick one, being in top 10 for track performance, but it's still a ways off the pace of the Emerus and Krieger. Next up, we have 40% off the Devest 8. This car is in the supercar class and is one of the faster ones for stunt races. I highly recommend getting this one if you don't own it already. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 50% off the RC Tank. Now, I'm sure most of you already have this because it was the free Christmas Day gift back in 2019, but if you don't, this is still a great deal at this price point, pretty much half price for something like this. But then again, I think the new Imani Tech RC personal vehicles are a bit better, so this one really isn't needed. Next up, we have 40% off the Akula. This one, of course, has the stealth function when you put the weapons away, which puts you off the radar. Just an awesome helicopter to own. However, keep in mind that you do need to own a hangar in order to buy it. Moving along, we have 50% off the ramp buggy, and honestly, I think this is a fantastic deal for this car, especially since it can ramp in a limited amount of cars ever since they fixed it back in 2018. However, keep in mind that you do need to own an import-export business warehouse in order to purchase it. Next up, we have 40% off the Rocket Voltic, a very cool vehicle for sure, but honestly, the Scramjet and Toreador are just a lot better overall. Moving along, we have 40% off the Cargo Bob and the Cargo Bob Jet Sam as well. Now, which one to buy is all personal preference. The main difference is that the Jet Sam is a bit quieter, but other than that, they're pretty much the same. In terms of clothing discounts, we have 25% off all contract DLC clothing, which is pretty awesome. In terms of login items, you can get all these items as a gift from Rockstar when you log in during the event week period, including the clownfish mask, the red festive t-shirt, and the baseball bat t-shirt as well. Also, there are 2 new liveries available for the Banshee, which are the Yoga Rashima livery and the Fukaru livery as well. And lastly, the festive stripe livery for the free Baller ST as well. In terms of double money, we have double money NRP on the adversary modes in and out, and stockpile as well. And lastly, the brand new Dr. Dre VIP contract is paying out 1.5 times money and RP for the setups and finale this week, which is just awesome. So unfortunately, it's not quite double money, but 1.5 times money is still pretty good, especially for something that's only been out for like a week. That means you'll get 1.5 million for the finale this week, which definitely makes it a lot more worth it. Now, obviously, Cayo Perico will always be the better money grind, but the Dr. Dre contract is something different and nice to do with a great story, especially for those of you who haven't done it yet. I highly recommend it, and now with this payout, it's a very good incentive. Moving on to the Prime Gaming discounts for Prime Game members only. I will leave instructions in the pinned comment on how to become a Prime Game member if you aren't one already. So it seems we don't have any Prime Gaming discounts currently in game for this week. If anything changes, I will update the pinned comment, but currently there's nothing. Unfortunately, it seems Rockstar has kind of forgotten about Prime Gaming. For now, the only thing we have is the usual free $100,000 for logging in during the event week period. And lastly, we have, of course, the RC Bandito time trial Davis Courts. This week's normal time trial is Elysian Island 2. I highly recommend either the Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or a Batty 801 for that time trial. And this week's premium race is the Supercar Race Downtown Underground. I highly recommend either the Emirates or Krieger for that race. And these 3 should be very interesting and challenging with the snow this week. For those of you who don't know, I post a guide on how to beat these every Friday, so stay tuned for that if you're new. This should be a very interesting one. Anyways, guys, hope this was helpful. Overall, I think this is a fantastic event week, one of the best we've had in a while, with lots of variety, discounts, and challenges for everyone, especially with Dr. Dre contract being 1.5 times money, something that's so new. I think it was very cool for Rockstar to do. And of course, Merry Christmas, guys. Hope you enjoy your holidays, time off, vacation, whatever you're doing. Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.